Under the lights of the world's largest stadiums, Didier Drogba was once the nightmare of every defense. But his story doesn't end with goals or titles. From a boy growing up in hardship, once doubted, to a man who could calm a civil war with just words, Drogba's journey is a rarity in football. And today, as the glory of the pitch has faded, what does his life actually look like? What kind of person lies behind the wealth and fame? Didier Drogba was born on March 11, 1978, in Abidjan, Ivory Coast, into a family from the Bété tribe. His childhood wasn't one of luxury, but was marked by simple and turbulent years. At just 5 years old, Drogba left his homeland for France to live with his uncle, Michel Goba, a professional player, in hopes of finding better opportunities. But life in a foreign land was not easy. Homesickness, cultural differences, and a sense of isolation often made young Drogba doubt his future. After just a few years, missing home too much, he returned to Abidjan and spent most of his time playing football on vacant lots and parking lots in the city. However, hardship struck again when his parents lost their jobs, forcing Drogba to return to France once more. It wasn't until he was 15 that he finally settled down with his family in the suburbs of Paris and began playing football seriously in local youth teams. Unlike many other stars, Drogba wasn't trained in prestigious academies. He entered professional football very late, and that's exactly what makes his journey so distinct. But could such a late start truly create a legend? When he began playing at a more regular club level, Drogba joined a local youth team and gradually drew attention thanks to his outstanding goal-scoring ability. Later, he moved to a semi-professional club, where his serious training ethics helped him make a good impression on the coaching staff. He scored on his first team debut, but that still wasn't enough to earn full trust. The road ahead for Drogba remained very rocky. After finishing school, he moved to Le Mans to study accounting at university, while also becoming an apprentice at Le Mans in League Two. The first 2 years there were incredibly difficult. Successive injuries and fitness that couldn't meet the intensity of training and competition created many obstacles. A former coach once said it took him 4 years just to be capable of training every day and playing every week like a true professional. What's special is that Drogba never went through a formal football academy environment and only started daily training as an adult. But then the turning point appeared. He signed his first professional contract, then moved to Guingamp and then Marseille, where his talent truly exploded. And in 2004, Chelsea spent a record fee at the time to sign him. Was this the moment that changed Drogba's entire fate? 2004 was the biggest turning point in Didier Drogba's career, when Chelsea spent £24 million to bring him in, a record figure for the club at that time. From here, Drogba was no longer just a striker with potential, but gradually became a name synonymous with big matches, the toughest nights of football, and moments that only true character could produce. His strength, aerial ability, physical play style, and fiery competitive spirit turned him into one of the most fearsome strikers in the world. Over 8 seasons, Drogba won 4 Premier League titles, 4 FA Cups, 3 League Cups, and the pinnacle, the Champions League in 2012. That was the night in Munich, where he scored the equalizer and then took the decisive penalty, bringing home the first European Cup in Chelsea's history. But Drogba's influence didn't stop on the pitch. In 2006, after the Ivory Coast qualified for the World Cup, he called for peace while the country was engulfed in a civil war. That moment made Drogba more than just a player. He became a symbol of hope, of unity, and of the power that football can sometimes bring to an entire nation. And after all that glory, how was his massive fortune built? Today, Didier Drogba's net worth is estimated at around $90 million. This fortune didn't come from a single source, but was built over many years of elite competition, major commercial deals, and carefully calculated investments. The foundation was, of course, his football career. During his time at Chelsea, Drogba's salary once reached around £100,000 per week, earning him over £5 million a year. Later, stints in China with Shanghai's Shenhua, in Turkey with Galatasaray, and in the MLS with Montreal Impact continued to significantly boost his income. Total career earnings from the pitch have exceeded $75 million. Additionally, Drogba has collaborated with many global brands such as Nike, Pepsi, Samsung, Turkish Airlines, and Konami, contracts that bring him millions more each year. But even more notable is that he didn't stop at being a wealthy former player. Drogba also expanded his revenue through business and investment, from co-owning Phoenix Rising in the US and developing a fair trade coffee brand supporting Ivorian farmers, to holding real estate in several major cities. So, with that wealth, how has Drogba built his luxurious lifestyle? Didier Drogba's life after the limelight of the pitch is clearly reflected in the properties he owns. Most prominent is a mansion worth approximately $11 million in Abidjan, which blends modern architecture with West African identity, featuring vast spaces, luxurious interiors, and lush gardens. This is not just a residence, but a symbol of his journey back to and dedication to his homeland. In England, he once owned a large mansion in Oxshott, near Chelsea's training center, fully equipped with amenities like an indoor pool, a gym, a relaxation area, and a large garage. Additionally, Drogba is said to have properties in Dubai and London, reflecting his status as a global football icon and a savvy investor. But if the houses demonstrate success, his car collection clearly shows his personality and passion for speed. Drogba's car collection isn't just about expensive machines, it's the acceleration of a lifetime. Starting with a compact, agile Mini Cooper JCW, he moved quietly through the days before he was truly famous. Then, as his career exploded, a Ferrari F430 appeared as a statement of speed and status. But the true peak lies in the Mercedes SLR McLaren Roadster, where racing technology and luxury merge into one. Reflecting Drogba himself, powerful, decisive, and constantly rising. Alongside that, the Mercedes SL65 AMG and names like Rolls-Royce or Bentley further clarify his high-class aesthetic. Each car is not just for driving, but a milestone marking the journey from the days of being unknown to standing at the top of the world. As his career and influence reach global proportions, Didier Drogba didn't just move on the ground, but also mastered the skies with a private jet worth approximately $7.6 million. This is not merely a means of transportation, but a symbol of his success and control over his time. Inside, the cabin is luxuriously designed with high-end leather seats, soft lighting, and private space, giving the feeling of a luxury lounge in the air. The jet allows Drogba to easily travel between Abidjan, London, Dubai, and elsewhere without relying on commercial schedules. But what's notable is that he doesn't use it just for personal purposes. It is also a tool that helps him participate in charitable activities, meet partners, and implement impactful projects in many countries. For Drogba, the private jet represents not only wealth, but also proof of the journey from a boy in Abidjan to someone who can connect and create an impact on a global scale. But behind those successes, his personal life has hidden corners that not everyone knows. Off the pitch, Didier Drogba once led a fairly private family life. He married Lala Diakité, the woman he met in Paris, and they have 3 children together. His eldest son, Isaac, born in 1999, grew up in Chelsea's youth system and pursued a professional football path. Additionally, the Drogba family has a footballing tradition, as his 2 younger brothers also played professionally in France. However, after more than 20 years together, Drogba confirmed his divorce in 2021, emphasizing that both reached this decision respectfully and their top priority remains protecting their children and the family's privacy. Despite going through personal changes, he still maintains a calm and discreet image before the media. Behind the glamour and wealth, Drogba remains a man who values family and personal values. But what truly sets him apart is not just his career or private life, but what he has done to change the lives of others. After retiring, Didier Drogba continued to make a powerful mark off the field through the Didier Drogba Foundation, with the goal of improving health and education in Africa. He has contributed to building hospitals, schools, and many health programs for the community, especially for women and children. Drogba also uses money from major contracts to invest in meaningful projects, including building a hospital in his hometown of Abidjan. At the same time, he is globally active as an ambassador for the World Health Organization and participates in the Peace in Sport organization, promoting peace through sports. From a player to a social influencer, Drogba has proven that the greatest value lies not in titles, but in what he leaves behind for the community. And after all, how does that journey conclude? From a boy growing up in hardship in Abidjan to a football legend and global icon, Didier Drogba's journey is not just a story of success, but also of influence and responsibility. He didn't just score goals on the pitch, he created change in the lives of millions. What do you think makes a true legend like Drogba? If you found this story meaningful, please hit like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next special journeys.